Prisma Admin is an admin panel in the Prisma tools family using Prisma to ORM. It's a super convenient tool that comes with a nice UI which helps you to bootstrap your app development when using Prisma to develop your next application. With a simple schema.prisma file, you're allowed to create a complete suite of auto-generated admin panel. A link to the demo can be found on the GitHub repo page here. Git clone the project and follow the instructions can get you started on the Prisma admin project. We'll explain how to do that step by step later. For now, looking at this demo, we'll be using the schema here, which has user, post, comment, and group table. With these tables, it will generate this admin project here. Here are some of the features that you can try out at the demo page for Prisma Admin. To use it, you have to first register and log in with your email and password. After logging in, it brings you to this settings page. Before we take a look at the settings page, let's look at the models page that Prisma Admin can automatically generate for us. Since we have users, posts, comments, and groups modeled in our schema file, Prisma Admin can generate those tables for us. Prisma Admin gives you this dynamic table that it reads from your schema file, and then gives you this table which you can filter by task or even filter by different table models that you define in the relationships. It also gives you the ability to create and update records. Now, coming back to the settings page. Settings page gives you the ability to customize your table by using this JSON file that stays in your server's file system. And so using the user table as an example, we can change their display name, or we can also drag and drop and change the order of the fields in the table. It takes an effect right after you move it. So now it's being shown as customer table and having name as the first column, as we want in our settings here. Oh, it's not showing password because in the backend field we have it set as disabled. I'll talk about how to exclude password field in Prisma admin models generation later on in the video. Now I'll start to talk about how to get started on Prisma admins. To use the demo project, make sure that you have Docker and Yarn installed on your local machine. To get started on the project, clone the repo, install dependencies, in Prisma Admin we are using a Postgres database, and in this repository it comes with a Docker compose YAML file which spins up an instance with a database. If you and the database connection string stays in the Prisma folders and env file here. So if you have your own Postgres set up on your machine, you can change the connection string from this file right here. Coming back to the command line, we're going to spin up the Docker instance. Now let's open up our code and look at the package.json file. we can see that there's this create migration comment and migrate database and several of the generate comments. In a nutshell, to use Prisma, we have to use this schema file right here to generate the database relationship, and it will also generate us the migration file that the database need. And now after spinning up our new database, we should run yarn create migration to create the migration files. Then we have to yarn migrate database to migrate those migration files into the database. After that, we will have to generate all the essential links to make Prisma admin to work. By running yarn generate, we are going to run through these comments sequentially. Now let's go through each of the generation comments. First one is generate Prisma. It generates Prisma's ORM that's going to stay in your node modules as Prisma client. That is the library that we're going to use to interact with our database. And now next one is generate schema. Generate schema uses Prisma tool schema library to generate this schema.json file that's going to be read by Prisma admin and then renders the table in the front end dynamically. Next, we will look at create CRUD. So this one, it's going to use Prisma Tools Nexus package to generate the GraphQL mutation and queries with find one, find many, generate all those into GraphQL endpoints. It's pretty convenient. Next one will be generate admin. This comments generate all the front end files that's going to be needed to render Prisma admin table. Those files will reside in pages model. Lastly, we're going to run generate GraphQL. It's going to read the codegen.yaml file and then generate all the typings that we're going to use with the Apollo family in our the front-end project. So that's all the generation comments. Let's go back to our command line and run yarn dev to see how our Prisma admin looks like. So we have to register user first. Now we got all the models. That's it. So Prisma admin is a pretty new project and the author is still actively working on it. Lots of new features are being created every day and also bug fixes. Hope you guys liked the video and feel free to work on the project together. Thanks.